It's a shocker. Who would have thought that the F1 title race in 2025 is now going to go right down to the wire? Because in Las Vegas, we have seen something dramatic happen. Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri of the McLaren team have been disqualified. And the disqualification stems from one particular thing, which I'll get to later. But now, this was before the disqualification. The F1 2025 points table was Lando Norris was on 408, Oscar Piastri on 378, and Max Verstappen was on 366. Comfortable 42-point lead that Max Verstappen had over, that Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri have had over Max Verstappen. 12-point lead with Piastri, 42 points with with Lando Norris. But now, after the DQ, it's changed dramatically. Lando Norris has slipped to 390 points. Oscar Piastri is on 366. Max Verstappen is now on 366. The gap is only 24 points. And trust me, it's going to get even more complicated now. Now, why were McLaren disqualified? Why were the two drivers disqualified? Two of them were in championship contention. It was because McLaren breached Article 3.5.9 of the technical regulations, which pertain to skid blocks. FIA ruled that rear skid blocks measured and found to be below minimum thickness of 9 mm. There has to be certain thickness by which the cars operate on. The rear skid blocks were found to be below the minimum thickness of 9 millimeters. Relevant measurements were even lower than those measured originally by the technical delegates. And that is why it was a straight disqualification. They are not the first drivers to suffer this fate in 2025. In fact, McLaren at this point in time, before that, it was Nico Hülkenberg and Lewis Hamilton who were disqualified for this rear skid measurement. It was below 9 millimeters, and any kind of advantage in that is detrimental to the rules, and that is why they were penalized. Now, how many races are remaining? Just 2. But Qatar has a total of 33 points at stake. Max Verstappen now has been given a lifeline. November 30th, 33 points are at stake. Abu Dhabi, 25 points are at stake. The final race of the season. And then, look at the points distribution. First place gives you 25 points. Second place gives you 18 points. Third place gives you 15 points and exponentially decreases until 10th place when you get 1 point. 10th place is 1, 9th place is 2, 8th place is 4, 7th place is 6, 6th place is 8, 5th place is 10. As you go lower down, the points decrease. But then there is also the sprint race. First place, 8 points, and the top 8 get points. 8th place will get only 1 point. So, what does Max Verstappen need to do to win the race? Firstly, there are total 58 points at stake. 33 from Qatar, 25 plus 8 sprint plus race, 8, and when you look at it, 25 from Abu Dhabi. So that is the way when we look at it. 2 races, 1 sprint race. Now, what does Max Verstappen need to do to win the title? This is the biggest lifeline that he can get, because now it's only 24 points the gap. Ensure Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri have a DNF in one race or out of the points. So that means if they have a DNF in one of the race and they don't finish in the points, Max Verstappen gets to 25 and then he will have a 1 point lead. Win both Qatar sprint plus race and Abu Dhabi. If he wins all that, then Max Verstappen will be your champion. And Lando Norris doesn't finish in one of the races. It's a simple equation now. If Max Verstappen wins both the sprint and the Qatar race, and Lando doesn't finish, then Max Verstappen will have a 33 point, he'll have 33 points, he'll have a 9 point lead over, or if you look at Lando Norris. If he wins Abu Dhabi and he gets to 18 points, then also Lando Norris will not be able to win the title. Imagine, this Las Vegas disqualification could not have come at the worst possible time. And trust me, the title race now, heading into the last week, is wide open. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.